Bloodshed on the streets of Tijuana, and tonight a veteran journalist is fighting for his life. The journalist was gunned down yesterday morning in an upscale Tijuana neighborhood. As 10 News reporter Laura Castaneda tells us, the journalist's reputation for exposing corruption may have been the motive for the shooting. If you have children watching or you're a little bit squeamish, we need to warn you. The video in this report is graphic.
Jesus Blancornelas was attacked just blocks away from his newspaper office as he left home, struck 3 times by an assassin's bullets. His bodyguard, Luis Valero, also inside the Bronco, managed to fire back, killing the suspect on the street, but not before the assassin's gunfire struck him first, also leaving him dead. We're deeply bothered, pressured, marked by this, she says. We never expected anything like this to happen. Today, there are heavily armed police officers guarding the building of the weekly newspaper Zeta. Inside, staffers try to cope. Blancornelas and his newspaper Zeta are known for headlines like these, attacking drug cartels and corruption in Mexico. And while he recovers here in a Tijuana hospital, his editors insist that they will continue his tradition. The outspoken editors believe their own government may be involved. And now they link the dead suspect to the notorious Arellano Felix brothers drug cartel.
We have data connecting this to ex-policemen and policemen who protect these drug bandits.
Meanwhile, the bloodshed remains on the minds of Tijuana journalists. Channel 12 news director Fernando Del Monte says journalists in Mexico have reason to fear, as uncovering corruption is becoming increasingly dangerous, not just here, but all over Latin America.
We have to be careful, and we have to be working for the truth also. It is possible to work, but we have to be careful.
As the outspoken Blancornelas fights for his life, it's no understatement to say his newspaper's quest to uncover the truth could end up costing the journalist his life. Laura Castaneda, 10 News, Tijuana.
The journalist remains in critical but stable condition tonight. A viewing for his bodyguard begins this evening. Tight security is expected. Carol? Elsewhere, 2 teenage runaways are reuniting with their families tonight after escaping from a local mental health facility. The girls walked away from the Vista San Diego Center early Saturday morning. 10 News reporter Laura Castaneda is in Pacific Beach, where one of the girls was picked up this afternoon. Laura.
That's right, Stephen. Carol, the 2 girls apparently were wandering the streets of Pacific Beach since they disappeared from the facility. And then one of them, 14-year-old Natalie Schneider, was spotted here at Denny's having a meal with some other young folks. Her father told us that that's when apparently reality hit her. She came out, picked up one of these payphones and called her family near Los Angeles to let them know that she was all right.
15-year-old Jessica Sharp's family notified police early Monday morning to say the girl had made her way home safely to San Bernardino. But 14-year-old Natalie Schneider remained missing for several hours more until the teenager picked up a payphone at this Denny's in Pacific Beach to let her grandma know she was alive and well. A waitress there remembers seeing her.
Fine. They were just all here having something like having breakfast together, a bunch of friends. It wasn't something weird or anything. She wasn't seeming, abnormal.
The 2 girls walked away from the Vista San Diego mental health facility early Saturday. Somehow they managed to slip past 2 staffers while an alarm system was temporarily shut down. Schneider's father spoke to reporters outside a police substation minutes after being reunited with his daughter.
Not a lockdown facility. However, when she left, the alarms on the doors were off for a 10-minute period during what they call their cleaning time. And my question to them was, why indeed was there not someone watching to the door?
This is not a facility that is a penal type of facility or something where the child is being punished. We are trying to have it as open an environment as we can so they're comfortable in having a place to work on their issues and their problems.
At least one of the girls is expected to go back to the facility, but Natalie Schneider's father tells us that he doesn't think that that's a good place or a good thing for his daughter at this point anyway. And I should also tell you that no criminal charges have been filed against the girls. They haven't done anything wrong. And the good news is that they're back home safely with their families tonight. Carol, Steve.
That's the most important thing. Thanks, Laura. A bomb scare aboard a flight at Lindbergh Field.
Even though the little girl has been found alive, this investigation is far from over.
10 News reporter Laura Castaneda joins us now from City Heights with more on that part of the story. Laura.
Well, Carol and Steve, this is the neighborhood where Nilza Girbellini Guzman is believed to have lived back in 1990 with her ex-Navy husband, all this during the time that Crystal disappeared. Tonight, investigators are trying to determine what connection, if any, there is and was between the two families.
December 9, 1990, the day after Crystal Anzaldi disappeared. According to a missing persons report, the 14-month-old somehow slipped out of her Golden Hill duplex during the night, from the very same bed she'd been sleeping in with her parents.
As to all the other possibilities of how she got out of the house, that's where our investigation is centering now. We still don't have the answer.
14-month-old Crystal Anzaldi has been missing since early
The case was reenacted by Crime Stoppers, then turned over to a special unit handling unsolved cases at the San Diego Police Department. There were few clues, that is, until a tip from Puerto Rico led authorities to this woman, Nilza Girbellini Guzman, who was pretending to be the little girl's mother. Details began to unfold when she produced a phony birth certificate.
Used Crystal's actual date of birth, and also the mole on her cheek, identifying Mark.
That tiny mole was identified by authorities on a web page for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The investigation then led police right back here to San Diego.
From 1989 to 1990, Nilza Girbellini Guzman lived right here in southeast San Diego on the 4400 block of Whiteman. But digging up information about her and whether or not she had a relationship with Crystal's parents is difficult, because as you can see, much of this block has since been destroyed.
Investigators believe Girbellini Guzman left San Diego on December 21, 1990 with Crystal, just 13 days after the girl disappeared. And while the girl has been found alive, the case remains open as investigators hunt for the still many missing pieces left to this puzzle.
Now, I'm told that Crystal has been told by authorities that this woman posing as her mother is not her biological mother. I'm sure that will be traumatic for her, but she is in foster care. And Steve and Carol, as we mentioned, this investigation appears far from over.
Okay, thank you, Laura.
It sure is, Laura. In fact, this case goes way beyond the police investigation.
Questions include, how will the parents handle an emotional reunion with a daughter who really doesn't know them? We asked psychiatrist Dr. Murray Rosenthal to review.